Hey guys, my name is Andrew Goodman and I am a professional surf coach. I have been coaching surfing for over 12 years now, and if this is your first time visiting the channel, thank you so much for being here. And if you would like to see more videos, hit that like and hit that subscribe button and you won't miss any more of the videos that we're going to be offering you guys. Today's video is all about wetsuits and the difference between a chest zip and a back zip, and the pros and the cons of either one of them. So, chest zips and back zips. Let's have a look at the chest zip first. So here I have a standard wetsuit. This wetsuit is from Decathlon. What I'd like to do just briefly is just explain the difference between brands and prices and hierarchy of wetsuits before we go into the chest and the back zips. This is a $150 wetsuit. It's a 4-3, which means it's the millimeters of thickness of rubber is 4 millimeters and 3 millimeters. I've surfed this in about 8 or 9 degree water, and it served me very, very well. It keeps me very, very warm. Now, you could go out and spend $300, $350 on a name brand like Quicksilver, Billabong, O'Neill, Reef, whatever the case may be. But let me tell you something. I have used this Decathlon wetsuit, like I said, $150, and it served me very, very well. So let's talk about these chest zips, the difference between chest and back zips. So as we look at the wetsuit here, you can see this is the front of the wetsuit. You always know the front of the wetsuit because you've got the knee pads. So just for you maybe learner surfers or coming into the industry for the first time, you don't know how to put your wetsuit on, you always look to see where the knee pads are, and that will always be able to tell you which is the front of the wetsuit. So because I know that's the front of the wetsuit, I know that this is a chest zip. And what that does is the only place where there's a zip that allows you to enter into the wetsuit is on your chest. When you open that up, you open up your wetsuit and you can step in. When you close it up, the chest is here. Now, in the past, we've had wetsuits that have had back zips, and I'm going to show you that right now. This, if we look again, how do we know which is the front? We look to see where the knee pads are, and we can clearly see the knee pads. Do we see a chest zip? This is also from Decathlon, same name brand. No chest zip. Where is the zip? The zip is at the back. This wetsuit is a 4-3, and when people talk about 4-3, 3-2s, a 5-4 or a 6-5-4, they're talking about the thickness of the rubber. Now, when you look inside and you see the thickness of the rubber, this is what they're talking about. How thick the rubber is why they're talking about the 4 and the 3. And the 4 millimeters and the 3 millimeters is what they're talking about. On certain parts of the wetsuit, the rubber is going to be thicker. So the whole point of this wetsuit is to keep you warm. And all your vital organs that need to be kept warm are in this area, in your abdomen, okay? So you will find that the center part of the wetsuit is 4 millimeters, and you will see that on the joins and on the arms, you will have the 3 millimeters. And that's how the wetsuit is designed, and that's why they talk. That's how they talk and why they talk about the different thicknesses. Now, I want to just show you the difference. So this has kept me warm, and I've surfed in 8 or 9 degree water with this wetsuit, and it's kept me very, very warm. This is a 4-3. You even get wetsuits that are 5-4s or even 6-5-4s, which means there's 6 millimeters, 5 millimeters and 4 millimeters all over the wetsuit. Obviously the 6 mils will be again around your organs, around your midsection, around your chest, around your abdomen, where all your organs need to be kept warm. And as you go towards the knees and the joints, so again, when a wetsuit has different thicknesses, you will find a lot of the times on the parts that move, you will have thinner parts of the rubber so you can move easier. And also if it's super, super cold and your wetsuit is a 6'5 or a 6'4, you will find that they have that 4 millimeter on the joint so you can move easier. What I want to show you now is I want to show you the difference. So as I showed you, this is what we call a chest zip. you can see if I had the wetsuit on, the zip would be across my chest. And the difference that I was talking about is that this has got a back zip. And all this is just when you attach the wetsuit, when you close the wetsuit, the zip is at the back. Again, great place for a zip to be because it doesn't bother you. When you're lying on your surfboard and you're paddling, in the 70s or the 80s, we had zips in the front of our wetsuits. Now they're at the back. Okay, so this is a bit of a thicker wetsuit, and I would just like to show you, whoopsie, this is where we find, so 17 degrees, this is a 4.3 millimeter. Alright, so this tells you that the chest is 4 millimeters and the legs and the arms are 3 millimeters. Alright, so as you can see, we are looking at the rubber. This, you can see the thickness of the rubber is what I was talking about, the millimeter. So if you had to measure, this would be 3 or 4 millimeters. Now, the other wetsuit that I wanted to show you is this is what we call a summer suit. Now, the summer suit is literally short arms. As you can see, if this was on me here, it's a short arm wetsuit, and it's also a short leg. So, again, we can come and see that this is a 1.5 mil. As you can see here, temperature 25 degrees or 20 degrees. This is for a lot warmer weather, but you're basically just keeping yourself protected from either the sun. There might be a bit of a reef. You want to protect yourself if you fall. But again, this is not a wetsuit that's designed to keep you super, super warm, and it's not a wetsuit you are going to use in freezing cold water. But it is a wetsuit. It's also got a back zip. And what I find very useful about these wetsuits is these long strings that they put onto it. It makes it a little bit easier. When you grab the wetsuit, you can just do a little bit of a contortion move and you can just zip it up. A lot of wetsuits these days are called Hebrew. They're called Hebrew wetsuits. Not Hebrew, Hebrew. The reason for that is a lot of the times you have to say to your buddy, "Hey, Brew, don't you want to just come and help me out?" All right, because it's so difficult, whether it's at the back, whereas on the chest, you can come and you can kind of do it yourself. So it makes it a little bit easier. But a lot of the back zips, especially if you're not familiar, you've got this little piece of Velcro, and a lot of the times it can get stuck, and because it's behind you, you can't necessarily see what you're doing, and that's why you have to call your buddy and say, "Hey, Brew, can you come and help me out?" Hence the name, Hey Brew Wetsuits. Alright, so guys, that is the difference between wetsuits. You've got your summer suit, which is this. Again, this has got the back zip. And you've got your winter wetsuits. And they come in variety. So what I've taken from these Decathlon wetsuits, now, most of my surfing career, I've used the big brand names. I've used the Billabong wetsuits. I've used O'Neill. I've used Quicksilver. I've used Reef. They are all phenomenal wetsuits, and you're going to pay a phenomenal price for them as well. All right? And I've paid $350 for a wetsuit before, which is pretty expensive. But I got this Decathlon wetsuit, which is a 4.3, for $150. Now, for me, the quality is just as good, the warmth is just as good, and in overall performance, the wetsuit for me does the job. Now, again, if you're going to surf the Antarctic, if you're going to be going to surf in Norway, if you're going to be going to surf in the North Pole, I suggest you get yourself a thick 7 mil wetsuit. You're going to look like the Michelin man or Michelin woman. You're probably not going to be able to paddle much, but it's going to keep you warm. So remember, wetsuits are for when you want to protect yourself from temperature, from whether it's super, super cold water, or sometimes if it's summer and it's super hot, you don't want to get burnt on your body. You can also wear a thin suit like we showed you before, which was a 1 mil, 1.5 mil. That's also going to protect you from the sun. Guys, that is my wetsuit review. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you soon.